Alright, so you guys seem to enjoy this 5 easy pieces series. So in this video, here are 5 Spanish sounding pieces that I think you can play whether you're a beginner to intermediate classical guitarist, a guitar player with a background in other styles, or you're an advanced guitar player who just wants something fun and easy to play, maybe to impress people at a gig. Let's get started. So what I'm going to do for each piece is of course say the name of the piece, who wrote it, and also some skills that I think you should have under your belt before you attempt this piece. For the first two, I'll be playing them myself because I couldn't find any recordings out there online. And for the other three, I'm going to be using other people's videos. Unfortunately, I just didn't have enough time to learn or record all these pieces, but definitely go check them out. I'm only going to keep a snippet of the piece for theirs in here, but if you want to hear the whole thing, links to see those will be down in the description. And before you guys even ask, of course, there are going to be no tabs for how to play this music. But if you are interested in learning it, links for the sheet music will be linked down below as well. Anyway, let's get started with the first piece. So this first piece is called Cancion 1, and it's from Paul Henry's Classical Guitar Pieces anthology published by Hal Leonard. This piece is one that I think is a great first piece to get started with that Spanish guitar sound. The piece alternates between melody and then chords strummed with the index finger. It's not that long, and honestly, once you get the fingering down, it's actually pretty easy, especially if you already know how to play some basic chords on the guitar. Let's check it out. The next piece I'm going to be showing you is from the exact same book, and if you guys happen to have this book, you'll actually find that it's the piece that comes right after Cancion 1, so of course it's called Cancion 2. This one's very similar to the one I just showed you, except this time the melody is more so in the bass line and done with the thumb. You want to have pretty good thumb technique as well as know some more advanced chord shapes, some there may be in some upper positions. Let's check it out. Okay, so piece number 3 is called Boceto, Andaluz, and it is by Bartolome, Calatayud. This piece is one that I think combines the skills of the previous piece with a little bit more advancement in the chord shapes as well as positioning. You do have melody in the bass, but you also have melody and bass alternating between the thumb, index, and middle finger. On top of that, you have some more advanced chord shapes. These actually get you up into the third position as well as playing more chords with, I think, a better form of rasgueado technique. Let's check this one out being played by Saulls. This next piece is also by Bartolome. It's from his 3 pieces for the guitar, and it's the first piece in that set called Lamento Gitano. This one, just like the previous one, stays more or less in the first to third position area. However, there are more chord shapes. There is, in my opinion, some more difficult parts with the melody, alternating the thumb and fingers together. And of course, you do have the chord shapes shifting around much more, which means a more complicated left hand. I would highly recommend to have some more chord shapes under your belt, as well as be pretty good at rooting notes in other positions in order to play this one successfully. Let's check out the beginning being played by Chun Alatrista. This final piece is by the Spanish composer Jose Ferrera, and it comes from a collection of pieces, and it was originally listed as an exercise, but nowadays it's also known as Vals Espanol. This one, unlike the other ones, is more of a dance, more of a valse, as I'm sure you guessed by the title. This one uses the arpeggio techniques for the students, so I would highly recommend, besides having some chord shapes down, to have some done. So for this one, I would recommend, besides having just some chord shapes down in the left hand, to also be aware of your right hand technique and be able to play some basic thumb, index, middle, ring arpeggios. When it comes to the positioning, you're moving all over the place. You're moving up from position 1 to position 3, up to 5, then back to 1. You want to know how to read notes in the upper positions, as well as be able to have pretty good control over your shifting when it comes to shifting with not only single notes, but with chord shapes as well. Let's check out this piece being played by Christopher Laughlin. Alright, there you have it. Those are 5 Spanish sounding pieces that I think that you can play, whether you are an intermediate student or somebody with previous guitar background that's just getting into classical guitar. And of course, if you're an advanced guitar player already, you can probably play these. Let me know what pieces you would like to see in another video, or what kind of video like this that you want me to talk about in the future. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.